Deutsche Telekom just announced they're dropping 10,000 NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs in a bunker underneath Munich. And this move could completely reshape Europe's AI infrastructure game. We're talking about a facility that's literally 3 to 4 floors underground, powered entirely by renewable energy and cooled by a local river. This isn't just another data center announcement. This is Germany's answer to the AI arms race, and the timing couldn't be more critical. Right now, 70% of the world's GPUs are sitting in the United States. China and Asia have 14%. Europe? A measly 5%. 5%. That's the entire European continent running on a fraction of the compute power that's driving the AI revolution. And Germany, the industrial powerhouse of Europe, the country that literally invented Industry 4.0, has been watching from the sidelines as American and Chinese companies dominate the AI landscape. Jensen Huang showed up to the announcement carrying a Blackwell B200 GPU, and if you haven't seen one of these things, imagine a few thousand pounds of pure computational power. Each unit contains 16 chips connected together into one massive GPU supercomputer. This single unit can replace an entire data center of traditional CPUs. That's not an exaggeration. One Blackwell GPU does the work of thousands of traditional processors while using a fraction of the energy. Here's what makes this fascinating. Deutsche Telekom isn't trying to compete with the 70-gigawatt facilities being built in America. They're starting with 10,000 GPUs and treating this as phase one. Tim Höttges, Deutsche Telekom's CEO, put it perfectly when he said they're crossing the river by feeling the stones. They're not throwing billions at a moonshot. They're building something real, something operational by early 2026, and something that can scale based on actual demand. The location choice is brilliant. Munich already has the infrastructure, the talent pool, and most importantly, the proximity to Germany's industrial base. We're talking about BMW, Siemens, Bosch, and hundreds of mid-sized manufacturing companies that form the backbone of German industry. These companies have been desperate for local AI compute power. Right now, if a German car manufacturer wants to run complex fluid dynamics simulations or train computer vision models for quality control, they're either using inadequate local resources or shipping their data to American servers. Think about what that means for a second. Every piece of proprietary data, every trade secret, every innovative design gets transmitted across the Atlantic to run on servers controlled by American companies. For industries where intellectual property is everything, that's a massive vulnerability. And it's not just about trust. It's about latency, compliance, data residency laws, and the simple fact that when your compute is 7 time zones away, everything takes longer. The sovereignty angle here is crucial. Deutsche Telekom isn't just promising that data stays in Germany. They're guaranteeing that only certified European employees will handle the infrastructure. No foreign technicians, no outsourced maintenance, no backdoors. In an era where every major power is treating AI as a national security priority, this matters enormously. But let's talk about what these GPUs actually do. Because Jensen Huang made a point that most people missed. He called these machines factories, not computers. Factories. They consume energy and produce intelligence in the form of tokens, just like a traditional factory consumes raw materials and produces goods. You can literally measure the output in tokens per dollar, just like you measure electricity in kilowatt hours. The economics are staggering. Huang gave the example of an AI chauffeur. What's the value of software that can drive a car? Maybe $20 an hour, every hour, forever. Without breaks, without sick days, without human error. Scale that across millions of vehicles, and you're looking at billions in economic value. Now apply that same logic to every repetitive task in manufacturing, logistics, customer service, and administration. German chemical companies could cut their time to market by 50% using AI-driven molecular simulations. Pharmaceutical manufacturers could reduce raw material consumption by 60% through process optimization. Car manufacturers who used to need physical wind tunnels for aerodynamic testing can now run thousands of simulations in the time it took to test one physical prototype. This isn't theoretical. Companies using these technologies are already seeing these gains. The partnership with SAP is the piece that makes this genuinely revolutionary. SAP's systems touch 80% of the world's business workflows. Supply chains, finance, HR, manufacturing processes, they all run on SAP. By integrating SAP's business technology platform directly with this GPU infrastructure, they're not just offering compute power. They're offering compute power that speaks the language of enterprise. Imagine you're running a factory in Stuttgart. Your production line data flows through SAP. Your supply chain runs on SAP. Your quality control systems integrate with SAP. Now you can train AI models on that data without it ever leaving German soil. Deploy those models directly into your production environment and see results in real time. No integration headaches, no data migration, no security concerns. The timing of this announcement is everything. The European Union just launched a massive tender for AI infrastructure, talking about double-digit billions in investment. Deutsche Telekom is positioning itself as the obvious choice. They've proven they can execute. They've got NVIDIA as a technology partner, SAP for enterprise integration, and they're already building. While competitors are still drawing up plans, Deutsche Telekom will have operational infrastructure. But here's the real kicker. This isn't just about catching up anymore. Germany has advantages that Silicon Valley doesn't. They have direct access to the world's most advanced manufacturing facilities. They have decades of industrial data that's never been properly utilized. They have a regulatory environment that, while strict, provides clarity that the US market lacks. And they have industries that are desperate for AI transformation, but have been held back by infrastructure limitations. The pharmaceutical industry alone could revolutionize drug discovery with local AI compute. German automotive companies could finally realize the promise of Industry 4.0 that they've been talking about for a decade. The middle stand, those small and medium enterprises that form the backbone of German manufacturing, could access AI capabilities that were previously reserved for tech giants. Jensen Huang said something profound during the announcement. Germany is the land of engineers, and these GPU clusters are the new factories. Just like Germany dominated the Industrial Revolution through engineering excellence, they could dominate the AI revolution through computational excellence, but only if they move fast enough. The facility goes live in the first quarter of 2026. That's months, not years. Deutsche Telekom is already preparing for Phase 2, looking at locations for a potential gigawatt-scale facility that would rival anything being built in the US. They're not just playing catch-up anymore. They're building the foundation for European AI sovereignty. This changes everything for European startups, researchers, and enterprises. No more excuses about lacking compute power. No more shipping data across the Atlantic. No more watching from the sidelines as American and Chinese companies set the pace. The infrastructure is coming. It's sovereign. It's secure, and it's starting in Munich. If you're in European tech, manufacturing, or any industry that touches AI, this is your wake-up call. The playing field is about to level, and the companies that move first will define the next decade of European innovation. Deutsche Telekom just lit the fuse. The question isn't whether Europe can compete in AI anymore. The question is whether European companies are ready to seize the opportunity that's about to land in their backyard. Leave your thoughts below, subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video to support the channel. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.